Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you guys a look that I'm actually going to be doing for New Year's. I got a ton of new brushes and some new makeup for Christmas, so I'm like super excited to try this out and share it with you guys. So I already like kind of put my foundation on, and I really like to use this brand. It's Maybelline New York Fit Me, and then this one is 110 and it's in porcelain. So that's just the one that I use during the winter time because I get pretty pale during the winter, so I like to use that. And then I also like to use the Master Contour by Face Studio. I know I've mentioned it in previous makeup posts, but this is the one that I like to use. So I kind of have already applied some of that on. And then I'm going to use my setting powder, I believe is also, yes, it's also Maybelline. It's in like this blue container, and I use, let's see, it's 01, it's the light one. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that first. So I got a bunch of new brushes. They're like super awesome. I don't know if y'all can see that, but they're like came a ton. I'm pretty sure it's the brand Shany. But they're so awesome, and there was so many and it wasn't that expensive. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply. I already put my foundation on, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply the powder just kind of like generously around, kind of like make sure to really blend it. To just make sure to get all the way around. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the contour little Face Studio, and I take the brown and I kind of just take from like, I guess, mid cheek up at an angle and kind of just work up and around, like almost kind of like in a C. And so I'll do that on this side as well. So I'm just gonna blend, blend, blend. And I really like to take my time with the contouring just to like really get a nice blend going on, because it's really important. You don't want it to look like just pressed on. So I'm going into kind of like a C again. Up and around. The reason I'm using kind of a lot is my palette's kind of like almost out. I need to get another one. They sell these at Walgreens, CVS. They're really not that expensive, and they like work really nicely. I like how it looks on my face. And then they have like a darker palette as well, but this one's like the light one. So again, I'm just kind of like working it into my face. I like to kind of do like my jawline just a little bit for definition. So it kind of gives you like a little bit of color. And then next I'm going to go ahead and I have this other brush. It's the F13, the same. And I just like to put a little bit of the pink, so this, and just smile a little bit, put it on there, in here. And again, I just kind of like go up and like towards like my outer ear. And then once I kind of get that nice and blended, I really like using, it's like this kind of smaller one. It's E12 of the same. It's like about that big. And I like to use like this, the little highlight that's in here, you know, it's kind of almost out, just to kind of like mark where I kind of like want to be at. I usually like, if you're looking straight into the mirror, it's usually kind of like on the outer line of your pupil, like, and then you just go up kind of, and it really works better if you kind of just like lightly go back and forth instead of pressing super hard. And then I always like to do like a little bit on my nose, and then a little bit on my upper lip, just a little bit. And then I like to take just a little and go underneath my brow, just like while I have it. out just to kind of like mark kind of the spots that I like. So yeah, that's how it looks so far. And then I like to actually use this concealer. It's Lancome. It's like a nicer one. I actually got it for Christmas. This one is 220 in Claire. And it's Lancome. I don't know if y'all can see that. And then it's 220. It's kind of hard to see. Claire. And then I'll usually just apply a little bit, just like a tiny tad, underneath my eyes. This kind of helps with any like darkness. If you have any darkness going on, it kind of helps. And then also if you have any blemishes, I have like just a little pimple going on right here right now. So I'll usually like dab a little bit onto that. Just kind of make sure it's blended, and that like helps. See? Like looks a lot better. So if you guys have pimples, this stuff is amazing. Again, it's Lancome. Okay, and so then after that, I'm gonna go ahead and I got the new glow kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which I absolutely adore. Amazing, 100% worth it. Again, I'm gonna use the E12. I know it's an eyeshadow brush, but I just really like using it for highlighter. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. It's White Sand. And then again, I'm just gonna kind of, where I already went with the other like lighter highlighter, I'm just gonna kind of like trace over that. And again, I'm just kind of going up and out. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. So kind of like up and out. This one is like a lot brighter than the other highlighter in the Face Studio Contour. So it kind of just like accents and like kind of pulls out the color a bit more. And then I'm gonna take the Snow, so like the lightest kind of like white one, and that's the one I'm just gonna brush like right over the tops of my lips a little bit. And then I like to do it a little bit on my nose too. So that's like kind of my highlight. I don't know if y'all can see it super great. I need to get like a different camera for the tutorials, but as you can see, it's like pretty standout. So I really, really like it. It works really well, and you don't have to use a whole lot for it to come out on your face. So that's like really nice. Okay, so next I'm gonna go ahead and do eyeshadow. So I actually got this amazing palette from Mario. Or actually it's Anastasia Beverly Hills, and then it's I think it was by Mario, and it's like super, super nice, and I really, really love it. I think I might have left it. Okay, so this is the Mario. It's a master palette by Mario, Anastasia Beverly Hills. Freaking amazing. These are the colors. So fun and festive. So I'm gonna go ahead and take, it comes with this really cool brush, which I use, and then I also have other ones that I use too. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Hollywood, and I'm gonna apply it to my inner eyelid, kind of like all over. So just in this section, if you can see that. I'm kind of just going in there, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. So just like in this area, I don't know if y'all can see that super well. So I'm just kind of going like in my lid basically with Hollywood. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take Isabel, which is like my absolute favorite. It's like kind of like a burgundy. It's like, it's just amazing. And I'm gonna take it and I'm going to put it on the outside and kind of like blend it into my lid and a little bit above my lid and then lower. So I don't know if y'all can see that, so I'm kind of like going in this area and blending a little bit higher up. So it's kind of like looking like that on this side, if y'all can see that right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do it on the other side as well. So I'm just gonna blend in my crease and then a little bit above it, and then just kind of blend inward and then above my lid again. And then I'm gonna flip sides, so like this more poofy side, and then just gonna blend into my lid and then into here a bit. Same on this side. Just gonna kind of blend it there. So it's kind of looking like that so far. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's like super fun. Okay, and so then I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of like, I like to just brush off on a towel like in between like the colors. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take Fifth Ave. So it's this one, it's like a little bit more shimmery. I don't know if you can really tell, but I'm gonna take Fifth Ave and kind of go really inward and just kind of highlight the inside of my eyes. So like in here. And kind of blend it into the middle of my eye a bit. So I'm gonna do that again on this side. I'm so excited about these palettes, guys. Like, I was needing some new makeup so bad, and I am just obsessed with these colors. They're so pretty for New Year's. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that. That's what I got going on so far. So kind of like, you can tell it's like super pretty. Now this is like a really nice look. Like I really like this. If you want to go darker, I'm gonna do that now, but you could just keep it here and then do like the white kind of more shimmery like above, which I'll do in a second. But for anybody that wants kind of like a darker look, you can take the NYC, this one, it's like kind of a brown, a little bit shimmery, and you can kind of just like press it into your crease and then kind of like dab a bit and then really blend. And you're almost kind of doing like a slant, like a triangle. You kind of want to like cover this area. Sort of like that, and then I would blend it a bit. So there you're kind of getting like a darker, I don't know if y'all can really tell between the two eyes. Like this side's a lot darker, and I would kind of want to keep blending this a bit into my lid. And then once I get that really blended, you can kind of tell the difference in the eyes. Like this one's definitely darker, but it's super pretty. And then I'd also take this one. I think it's called Lula, if I'm saying that right. And I have like a really small brush. It's like this, and it has like a slant. I don't know if y'all can see that. It has like a slant, and it's B13. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the same NYC, and I'm just going to kind of line like right underneath my eye, just to kind of like pull the color down a little bit. I don't know if y'all can tell what I'm doing, but I'm kind of just like going really close to my under eye and kind of just pulling the color down for kind of like a smoky eye look. I don't know if y'all can kind of see that, but see how I kind of like pulled it underneath my eye. So it gets kind of like more of like a bold, like nighttime kind of look. I don't know if y'all can see it super well, like between these two eyes. But anyway, so that's that eye, that's that eye. And then again, like if I wanted to kind of do this other eye real quick for you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and blend. Again, this is the NYC, kind of just taking it into my lid and then kind of at that slant, I'm just kind of blending in. Blend. It's so important to blend, guys. It makes such a difference. You just have to kind of like take the time to do it. I'm kind of like going in this slant and I'm blending into my lid. So there we kind of go. I don't know if y'all can tell. It's like super fun. I'm gonna take this big brush again and then the kind of fat side, kind of go into my lid a little, even a little bit more, probably on both of the sides, just to kind of like make sure it's all nice and blended. And then I'm gonna go ahead and again take the NYC and take my little slanted brush and kind of just pull the color down a bit, just to kind of get like that smoky look. So I'm kind of just going underneath my lid. I don't know if y'all can see that really well. Kind of just like pulling down the color, kind of connecting it in a bit. Just like not too much because you don't want it to look like super dark, but if y'all can see that I kind of just pulled the color down on both sides. So yeah, so those are like kind of my eyes. I don't know if y'all can see that super well. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that my brushes are all kind of brushed off. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take, I have the Naked 3 Urban Decay, and then I'm gonna be using, let's see, the lightest one. It's this one on this side. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my brush, and I'm just gonna kind of highlight underneath my brow. So I'm kind of taking it and I'm like highlighting over my brow. Y'all can see that and kind of blending it a bit. I'm gonna do that on this side as well. Kind of just blending it a bit up there. So you're kind of getting this nice like little contrast going on. And then I usually kind of like to just get some in the corner just a little bit. So kind of like in that area. Just a bit to brighten it up a little bit. Okay. So kind of just adding that to kind of like finish it off. And then for lips, I always like to do a little bit of chapstick before. So I'm gonna apply some chapstick right now. It just helps to keep my lips nice and moist and not too dry. And then my absolute favorite is, of course, the Soar, the lip pencil by MAC. I use it all the time. So I'm just gonna kind of like outline my lips with this. And then get my bottom. And I like to always do just like a few lines, just because it helps the lip color stay on. It already kind of like looks like I have lipstick on, but I really don't, at least not yet. And then I'm gonna go ahead Okay, I have a few different colors. Probably my favorite, and I think for New Year's it's really fun to use red. So I have this brand. Amazing. And it is, I can't really see the color anymore here. I think it's Rouge something, but I can't read the second word. But it's super, super bright red. So pretty. And then I'm just gonna kind of like dab on it first because it's super dark. And then I usually like to just really be careful when you're painting the top lip. And then I'm gonna rub together a little bit. And the lip liner should help the lipstick stay in place. And then at the end, I kind of like, I don't know if y'all can see that, it's like my red. I usually like to go back with the Glow Kit and Back to the Snow, so this one, and just take a little bit and kind of just really just get the top and just kind of accent your lips a little bit, like after you put on the lipstick, just to kind of refresh it because it tends to kind of go away when you're messing around with the lip liner and everything. So I kind of just like to accent, kind of hit my nose again, and then right under my brows at the end. And then sometimes if there's dark under your eyes from the what is it called? The eyeshadow, sorry. I like to go back and add just like a little bit of foundation, just to kind of like get rid of the darkness. If you like happen to get some like underneath, which it can happen, it happens to me all the time. So I like to just go back and add this. I need to get like a highlighter. I really don't have one. I kind of just tend to use like my foundation most of the time. And then like I'll usually use like a little bit more of my concealer. Again, like underneath my eyes. And it like really, really, really helps. I usually kind of do like in a little bit of like a triangle. And kind of just like get as close to the under eye as I can. Kind of like that. It like really helps and kind of like gets those dark circles and any like dark makeup that kind of like to go away. It just like really opens everything up and it looks way better. And then also I have this like eyebrow, I guess, stylus, which like I don't really use the color part of it. I just mainly use the brush because I don't really like to do like full on brows. Like I think it doesn't look that natural. So like I kind of just like brush up and then kind of just like down, kind of like that. I don't know if y'all can see that super well, but I kind of just wing it. I'm not like a super like eyebrow expert, but I do like pluck my eyebrows to maintain the shape. And so like I'll just kind of have those as my brows. And if you want, you can go back and like add anything that you feel like kind of like looks faded. Sometimes I'll go back and add a little bit more like of the contour at the end. But I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm gonna try to move into like some better light so maybe it will come out better. But yeah, that would be my New Year's look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I had a lot of fun making it. I've missed kind of doing my makeup tutorials, but I've been so busy at school, so it's been kind of hard. But anyways, follow our blog, rubylemongirls.com. We put up a lot of recipes and a lot of fun lifestyle advice and fashion stuff, and I'm going to be posting where I got this shirt too as well. I know I've had some comments and questions about that. So I hope you guys had a great day, and thanks for tuning in.